Hi, I'm Omari Douglas. I narrate The Shape of Monsters, and this is my Audible 8.
Can you describe The Shape of Monsters in 10 words or less?
Okay, here we go. Siblings, reunited, rival, magic houses, portals, monsters, shapeshifters, and rivalry.
What's your favourite thing about recording audio?
I think my favourite thing about recording audio is just getting to indulge in words in a way that you wouldn't normally get to. It kind of reminds me of when you get asked to read something out at school, like in English class, I was always the person who wanted to read out loud, so it's like getting to do that again.
How was it finding the voices for the characters?
Some of them were quite instinctive and kind of obvious on the page, but there were certain characters like Ilya, because you've got some really kind of grounded characters, but then you've got characters that are sort of very ethereal and very much from another world entirely. So interestingly, Ilya, I thought I was going to kind of spend loads of time figuring it out, but I kind of went with my instinct on something and I've just kind of gone with it, and it's just been really fascinating to play with.
If you were to create your own fantasy world, what would it be like?
Oh my gosh. I think my fantasy world would have a lot of dance floors. I think just lots of dancing. Yeah, a world where you can just dance, that'd be great.
If you could choose any advanced skill superpower, what would it be?
It would be probably to pluck up finger food from midair. So click your fingers and there's just a cheese board or party snacks.
Snacks on tap.
Snacks on tap. A cheese board. You can probably tell that I've been inside the studio all day.
This is good. You need snacks. You need snacks, guys. What one book would you take to a desert island?
Honestly, the first book that came to my mind was Another Country by James Baldwin, which is not a light novel by any means of the word, but I just think it is an extraordinary novel.
If you were going to write a book, what genre would it be?
My friends would probably tell me that a book that I would write would probably be about, niche pop culture references from music and sort of strange television habits that we had of making in the early noughties, kind of weird television shows and things like that, like Wife Swap and Stars in Their Eyes and 10 Years Younger.
What's your most useless skill?
Glasses coming off again.
You can properly earwaggle.
Properly earwaggle. And the reason that I know that skill is because there was this VH1 documentary of Beyoncé, I think, and she's talking to the camera and she's like, I'm the only person in the world that can do this. And I sat there on my sofa and was determined to wiggle my ears, and I can wiggle my ears, so...